Hello, my name is Nani and welcome to my channel where I share with you my top tips on how to look good, feel good, and smell good from the inside out. In today's video, we're talking all about smelling good. And so I want to go ahead and do another comparison for my Rihanna fragrances. So I have 3 of them to mention or to compare to you guys. So I have Rihanna Nude, Rihanna reb'l Fleur, and then Rihanna reb'l. So I want to go ahead and give you guys my thoughts on 3 of these fragrances in case you are currently in the market, just to make it a little bit easier for you to shop. And of course, I'll let you guys know which one I feel like you definitely need to have in your collection. So of course, if you guys love fragrance videos and you love talking about products and self-care, make sure that you go ahead and give me a big thumbs up and of course, subscribe to my channel for more. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alrighty, so jumping right into it, of course I wanted to go ahead and compare the Rihanna fragrances that I have in my collection. So I thought that it would be a really good idea to just share with you guys my full impression of these scents because I've had them in my collection for a long time. So of course the first one that we're going to start off with is one that I mentioned to you guys in a recent video where I shared with you kind of like my love at first sniff fragrances celebrity edition, I think is the name of the video itself. I'll make sure to have a card pop out here as well. But of course the first one is going to be Rihanna's Nude. I love this scent. This is the first scent that basically I got and just made me want to look into other scents from Rihanna. And this scent is just so sweet and delicate all at the same time. And I'm just gonna go ahead and read off the notes to you guys first. So the notes in here are guava, orange, pear, jasmine, orange blossom, gardenia, vanilla orchid, sandalwood, and musk. So definitely in the opening, you get a burst of kind of like the pear notes as well as the guava. The guava is definitely the most prominent note. And I don't know what it is, but I feel like the guava and the pear mixed together, mixed with everything else, definitely has and gives this a very sweet type of element. It's almost like a tooth decaying sweetness. But I feel like very quickly you definitely get more of the floral notes, which I feel like definitely adds a little bit more of a sensuality to the scent itself. And I feel like it helps to stabilize the scent so that it's not a generic sweet celebrity fragrance, but it still has a very sensual, very delicate nature to the scent as well. It definitely softens up after the floral notes become more prominent. And of course in the base, when you get more of like the sandalwood notes, you get the vanilla orchid. In the base, it definitely adds a little bit more of a richness, a little bit more of a creaminess to the scent. And I do feel like the sandalwood and as well as the musk in this fragrance definitely just gives this scent more character and helps with the longevity as well. So I absolutely love this fragrance from beginning to end. As I mentioned in the opening, it definitely is a very sweet scent. But quickly, at least on my skin, it does transition into more of like the floral notes. You definitely get the jasmine note in here as well. But the jasmine is very kind of like sweet, but it softens up the sweetness from the fruit, which I feel like definitely adds more, as I mentioned, femininity as well as sensuality to the fragrance as well. And just makes it perfect for like up close encounters. This is definitely one of those scents that I would consider to be more of like, again, up close encounters, Netflix and chill, maybe like a honeymoon type of scent. It's a very sweet, almost delectable type of fragrance, but it's not a full out gourmand in my opinion. I feel like gourmands are like deeper, darker, sweet scents, but this is more of like a fresh, fruity, sweet, delicate, musky fragrance. I absolutely love this fragrance, as I mentioned, from beginning to end. And this is definitely one that I feel like a lot of women would really enjoy just because it's extremely delicate. So I feel like it definitely makes it a little bit more versatile as well. So again, that's going to be Rihanna's Nude. Love the packaging. And then of course, the next one is probably one that's the most popular from her kind of like collection. And this is going to be Rihanna's reb'l Fleur. And this one is the one that's basically a little bit more tropical vibes. I don't know what it is about this scent, but the coconut note that's in here definitely gives me tropical vibes all the way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read off the notes. This one has plum, peach, red berries, tuberose, hibiscus, violet, coconut, and then in the base it has musk, patchouli, amber, and vanilla. Now, what I will say is that in terms of the base, the musk and the patchouli are definitely not prominent on my skin at all. So this is not one that I would consider to be a musky, you know, earthy, powdery type of scent at all. I don't get that at all, no matter how long this is actually on my skin. I get more of the floral notes as well as the fruit. The most prominent fruit is definitely the coconut, and then I also do get a little bit of the peach in the fragrance, especially in the opening, and then also I do get more of like the tuberose as well as the hibiscus. This smells like tropical vibes to me. I don't know what it is, but every time I smell this, especially because of the coconut, it just smells like you should be on somebody's beach in a bikini, drinking a very sweet alcoholic beverage. That's basically the vibe that I get with this scent. And I feel like because of the fact that that's what I think of when I smell this, I don't really gravitate towards this scent very often. Although this is the one that's the most popular, I don't gravitate towards this one as much as I do the Rihanna Nude. But I do feel like when it comes to this one, I do get a little bit more longevity. When I do decide to wear this fragrance, I'll get probably about maybe 5-6 hours or so of wear out of this scent, which I feel like is really great for a celebrity fragrance as well. But this is not the most versatile fragrance out of the line that I currently own. So it's not really the most versatile in my opinion. I just think of basically being in the Caribbean, eating good food, listening to music. That's pretty much the vibe that I get for this fragrance as well. So again, this is going to be Rihanna's reb'l Fleur. It's a really, really nice scent, and I feel like a lot of people would definitely like it, especially if you like very sweet, fruity fragrances. You'll probably really enjoy this scent. But to me, in the way that I wear fragrances, it's not really the most versatile fragrance in my collection. So that's going to be my thoughts on this one. And the last one that I wanted to talk about is going to be, I have a small one which is almost done, but this is going to be Rihanna's reb'l. And this one is kind of like the gourmand of the bunch. And this one, I'll read off the notes as well. This one has plum, strawberry, ginger, heliotrope, vanilla orchid, cocoa, musk, patchouli, amber, and coffee. And I feel like this one is definitely more of a straightforward scent. It definitely gets straight to the point. I feel like I smell pretty much a mix of all of the notes as soon as I smell the cap, or if I just basically spray it. The biggest thing that I will say is that I feel like the plum as well as the strawberry note, I feel like those two mixed together gives me a cherry smell. It smells more like cherries and chocolate to me. That's pretty much the mix of everything. That's pretty much what I get on my skin. I get more of a cherry note as well as a chocolate note, but it definitely does have a little bit more of the musk. You get a little bit of the patchouli note as well in the base, but I feel like it's not overly done. It doesn't smell childish. It doesn't smell juvenile. It doesn't smell synthetic. It doesn't smell like it's overly done or anything like that. I do feel like it's still a very wearable scent, especially at nighttime. This is also one of those that I would definitely recommend for more like up close encounters, date night, that type of thing. This is definitely more of a nighttime scent to me, especially the way that it actually smells and lingers and lasts on my body. I don't get as much longevity with this one. I do find that with this, I do have to top off a little bit quicker. With this, I'll probably get maybe like 3 or 4 hours of wear and use out of this. I think the longevity may be changed as well because of the fact that they've reformulated this. And so that might be what the situation is. But again, like I mentioned, it's a very nice, very delicious, very delectable type of smell. And I just really love the way that it lingers and lasts on the body. It's not overly done. It's not an overly sweet fragrance. I feel like it's a perfect combination between all of the notes. And it's a perfect scent for like up close encounters and date night, as I mentioned before. So again, that's going to be Rihanna's reb'l. So of course, if I had to recommend one out of the 3 that I've mentioned to you, I do feel like the reb'l Fleur is going to be the one that's most mass appealing. I feel like more people will enjoy this scent just because it smells like a fruity, floral fragrance essentially. So I feel like this is probably the most mass appealing fragrance. And then of course with this one, as I mentioned, if you're looking for something that's more night out, you know, more seductive, more delectable, more of like a gourmand-like type of fragrance, then you'll probably really enjoy this. And again, this one is easy to wear, easy to transition from daytime to nighttime, but in my opinion, this is more of a nighttime scent. And then of course, this one, if I had to recommend one, I feel like this one is the one that's the most underrated. It's more of like a sensual, very delicate, very sweet type of scent, but I feel like the guava was the perfect note to use, just because the guava definitely adds a sweetness to the scent, but the floral notes definitely soften up the sweetness from that fruit and just makes it more of a sensual, very up close encounters, very delicate type of scent. I absolutely love this one. So those are going to be pretty much my final thoughts on all three. Hopefully this video gives you a little bit more of an explanation as to what these fragrances smell like, just to make your shopping experience a little bit better as well. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. If you guys like this type of content, of course, make sure that you guys give me a big thumbs up and of course, subscribe to my channel for more. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. I hope you guys have an awesome day. God willing, I'll see you guys next time.